Imagine you're driving down the highway in your brand new 2025 car, feeling proud of your purchase when suddenly, without warning, the engine seizes up. You're stranded on the side of the road with a vehicle that was supposed to last you for years, only to find out that it's already a ticking time bomb. Sound like a nightmare? Well, for thousands of car owners, this is becoming their reality. In fact, over 35 of the most popular vehicles on the market today are designed to fail long before they hit 50,000 miles. And the worst part? The manufacturers already know this, and they're hoping you don't find out until it's too late. While many people are rushing to dealerships, shelling out thousands for the latest 2025 models, they're unknowingly stepping into financial death traps. These aren't just unreliable cars with a few minor issues. We're talking about catastrophic engine failures, transmission breakdowns, and electrical systems that can shut down completely, often while driving at high speeds. It's not bad luck. It's a deliberate decision by manufacturers to cut costs and prioritize profit over longevity. What's worse is that the auto industry knows exactly which components are going to fail and when. Yet they continue to sell these cars as if they're the next big thing. Take, for example, a software engineer in Colorado who bought a brand new $47,000 zero-cents SUV, only to have the engine seize at just 18,000 miles. When he went to the dealership for help, they told him, "This is a known issue, we've seen it before." But that wasn't the worst part. The replacement engine they gave him? It had the same fatal flaw as the original. He was driving a ticking time bomb, and the clock was ticking toward the end of his warranty. So why is this happening? Why are so many brand new vehicles failing before they even hit 50,000 miles? The answer lies in what the industry insiders call designed obsolescence, a troubling practice where cars are intentionally engineered to fail shortly after the warranty expires. This isn't just about minor inconveniences. This is about serious, expensive problems that could leave you stuck with a huge repair bill, or worse, a car that's completely worthless. Modern cars are incredibly complex, with more than 50 microprocesses controlling everything from the engine to the power windows. But the more complex these vehicles get, the more prone they are to failure. And these failures aren't just random, there's a pattern. One that's repeated across dozens of car models. Manufacturers use cheaper materials, eliminate redundant safety systems, and design components to last just long enough to get past the warranty period. Once the warranty expires, the problems start, and by then, it's often too late. In today's video, we'll dive into the shocking truth behind these money pits and reveal the 35 vehicles you need to avoid at all costs. From faulty transmissions in popular SUVs to engine failures in luxury cars, we're exposing the hidden flaws that manufacturers don't want you to know about. But most importantly, we'll show you how to avoid being another victim of this engineered crisis and what vehicles are actually worth your hard-earned money. Stick around, because you won't want to miss this vital information before you make your next car purchase. The truth is, these cars are ticking time bombs, built to last just long enough to get through the warranty period. Once that warranty expires, it's a different story. By then, you're stuck with a vehicle that could break down at any moment, costing you tens of thousands of dollars in repairs. Imagine spending $45,000, 0 cents, on a brand new car, only to have the engine blow up at 48,000 miles just before your warranty ends. That's exactly what's happening to car buyers across the country. And the worst part is, the dealerships and manufacturers are fully aware of it, but continue to sell these vehicles without disclosing the issues. But the real kicker? Even after the faulty transmissions are replaced, many owners find themselves back at the dealership within a year, facing the same issue. The Rogue CVT isn't the only major failure in the market, but it's one of the most widely known. Other Class Air models, like the Ford EcoBoost engines, which are found in many of Ford's best-sellered vehicles, including the Escape, Edge, and Fusion, also have a tendency to fail at alarmingly low mileages, often between 30,000 and 45,000 miles. The most common problem is cracked cylinder heads and failed fuel injectors that allow coolant to leak into the engine, causing extensive damage. In some cases, these leaks have been known to lead to engine fires, even when the vehicle is parked and turned off. Why is this happening? The answer lies in what industry insiders refer to as designed obsolescence, a troubling and deliberate tactic where manufacturers design components to fail shortly after the warranty expires. These failures are not random bad luck, they are engineered. Many manufacturers are using cheaper materials, eliminating redundancies in safety systems, and even designing control modules that prioritize performance over longevity. What's even more alarming is the shift toward highly complex, turbocharged engines and multi-sped transmissions, which are much harder and more expensive to repair than their older counterparts. When one of these complex systems fails, it often requires replacing the entire unit rather than fixing the individual components, leading to eye-popping repair bills that can cost you thousands. In fact, in the case of Ford's EcoBoost engines, owners have reported repair costs ranging from $7,000 to $10,000 for an engine replacement after a catastrophic failure. This is happening in cars that are often still under 5 years old. The situation is even worse for those whose warranties have expired, leaving them with no recourse but to foot the bill themselves. Many of these cars have undergone multiple recalls and technical service bulletins, but the problems persist. In some cases, dealerships have privately admitted that the underlying design issues remain unresolved even after the recall work is performed. This is the reality of the modern car market, a system where manufacturers intentionally prioritize short-term profit over long-term reliability and consumer satisfaction. The larger issue here is that these problems are not isolated cases. They're part of a systemic trend where manufacturers cut corners to save money and increase their margins. The push for more advanced technology and higher performance has led to cars with increasingly complicated and less durable components. As cars get more advanced, they also get more fragile. The complexity of modern vehicles is one of the reasons why repairs are so expensive and why many owners end up paying far more for maintenance and repairs than they initially bargained for. This isn't just a problem with low-budget brands. Luxury cars are also caught in this web of designed obsolescence, with expensive vehicles from brands like Audi, BMW, and Ford suffering from similar issues. What makes this especially troubling is that manufacturers are aware of the problems but continue to sell these cars with a smile, knowing that the failures will likely occur just after the warranty period ends. By the time the issues are widespread, it's too late for consumers to do anything about it. You as the buyer are left holding the bag, paying for repairs that could cost more than the car itself. And this isn't just happening with obscure models or older cars. Some of the most popular vehicles in America today, from the Nissan Rogue to the Ford Escape, are part of this troubling trend. The truth is, the modern car market is full of ticking time bombs, and the manufacturers are counting on you not to notice until it's too late. The takeaway here is simple. Be informed. If you're in the market for a new car, make sure you know exactly which vehicles to avoid. Otherwise, you could find yourself stuck with a car that fails long before it should, leaving you with a massive repair bill and a vehicle that's worth a fraction of what you paid for it. The vehicles discussed here may look appealing at first glance, but in reality, they're financial death traps, designed to fail just as their warranties expire. So before you rush into buying your next car, take a moment to think about what you're really getting into. The rise of designed obsolescence in modern vehicles is one of the most concerning trends in the automotive industry today. This concept involves the deliberate design of car components to fail or degrade just after the warranty period ends, ensuring that customers are left with expensive repair bills once the manufacturer's coverage expires. What's shocking is that many car manufacturers have adopted this practice as a standard part of their business model. This trend isn't just about vehicles being built with cheaper materials or rushed production schedules. It's a calculated effort to keep costs down for the manufacturers while shifting the financial burden onto consumers. Unfortunately, this has created a system where many vehicles, even the most well-known and trusted brands, are designed to break down prematurely, often with catastrophic consequences. It's not a coincidence that the most significant failures in modern vehicles occur just past the point where the manufacturer's warranty ends. For instance, many of the issues we're seeing today happen between 40,000 and 60,000 miles, a period that's precisely aligned with the typical length of a powertrain warranty. This timing is not accidental. Manufacturers have carefully engineered their vehicles to last just long enough to get through the warranty period and then fall apart. It's a strategy designed to maximize profit, ensuring that customers continue to pour money into repairs once they're no longer covered by warranty. But this isn't just about the engine or transmission failing. It's about an entire system of vehicle components that are engineered to wear out quickly. Take, for example, the increasing use of complex turbocharged engines and multi-speed transmissions, such as 9 and 10-speed units. These advanced systems are difficult and expensive to repair once they fail. What's even more concerning is the growing trend of integrating entire systems into one unit. In the past, individual components like transmission control modules could be replaced easily and cheaply. Today, these modules are part of much larger assemblies that require full replacement when they fail. For example, a modern transmission control module might cost around $8.00 to manufacture, but if it fails, the entire valve body assembly, which can cost up to $1,200.00 to replace, needs to be swapped out. This model of integrated systems is incredibly profitable for manufacturers, but it leaves consumers stuck with repair bills that are far higher than they ever expected. While this practice is rampant in vehicles of all price ranges, it's particularly troubling to see it in high-end luxury cars. These are vehicles that consumers expect to be built to last, and yet they too are falling victim to this practice. Take the example of Audi's EA88 2L turbocharged engines. Known for their performance and fuel efficiency, these engines are unfortunately prone to catastrophic failures. The issue stems from a faulty timing chain tensioner, which can cause the engine's timing chain to break. When this happens, the engine's pistons and valves collide, leading to irreparable internal damage. Audi has known about this issue for years but has done little to address it, instead opting for a series of patchwork fixes that don't fully solve the underlying problem. As a result, many Audi owners are facing engine replacements costing as much as $12,000.00, often when the vehicle is just past its warranty period. For a luxury car, that's a devastating repair cost that renders the vehicle financially worthless. This trend of designing vehicles to fail after a short lifespan is a direct result of the cost-cutting measures adopted by automakers. In an effort to increase profit margins, manufacturers are using cheaper materials and eliminating redundant safety systems that would otherwise prolong the life of the vehicle. The result is a growing number of cars that look great in the showroom and perform well during the first couple of years, only to become expensive repair nightmares once they hit the 40,000 to 50,000 mile mark. These practices are not only a financial burden for car owners, but also a serious safety risk, as many of these failures occur at high speeds, leaving drivers stranded in dangerous situations. Manufacturers know this is happening. They know which components will fail and when, but they are more focused on selling the car before the issues arise. This is why so many owners experience severe issues just after their warranties run out. The industry's approach to designed obsolescence is a deliberate strategy to maximize profits, with little regard for the long-term well-being of their customers. This growing trend has left car buyers vulnerable, paying high prices for vehicles that are designed to fail far sooner than they should. In conclusion, designed obsolescence is a dangerous and growing issue in the automotive industry. Whether it's turbocharged engines, complex multi-speed transmissions, or faulty timing chain tensioners, manufacturers are cutting corners to save money and boost their bottom lines. As a result, many cars are being built to fail long before they should, leaving consumers with costly repairs and vehicles that lose their value quickly. While manufacturers profit from this model, car owners are left paying the price. In the world of modern vehicles, the relentless push for new technology, faster performance, and lower costs has created a perfect storm of engineering flaws, poor design choices, and catastrophic failures. The result is that many consumers are unknowingly purchasing cars that are bound to fail long before they reach 50,000 miles. The problem goes far beyond just a few bad models. It's a systemic issue that affects a large number of vehicles on the market today. But what makes this situation even worse is that the vehicles most prone to failure often come from well-known brands, including some that consumers have trusted for decades. These cars may look good on the outside and perform well during their first few years of ownership, but beneath the surface they are ticking time bombs. The rising complexity of modern cars is one of the most significant contributors to these widespread failures. Today's vehicles are no longer just a collection of mechanical parts. They are sophisticated machines with dozens, if not hundreds, of interconnected electronic systems. While this technology is meant to improve performance, safety, and efficiency, it has had an unintended consequence. It has made vehicles much more prone to failures that are often incredibly expensive to fix. According to industry experts, the average car on the road today contains over 50 microprocessors, each controlling critical components like the engine, transmission, safety features, and entertainment systems. These systems are incredibly intricate, and any failure in one can cause a cascade of issues throughout the vehicle. This complexity is part of the reason why so many newer cars are prone to catastrophic failures. When one system fails, it can often take down others with it, resulting in repair bills that are exponentially higher than they would be in a simpler, more reliable vehicle. Another contributing factor to the early failures seen in modern vehicles is the rise of complex transmissions, particularly multi-speed automatic transmissions like the 9-speed and 10-speed units found in many popular vehicles. These transmissions are designed to improve fuel efficiency and provide a smoother driving experience, but they have turned out to be a nightmare for many car owners. The issue with these transmissions lies in their complexity. When something goes wrong, it often requires the replacement of the entire transmission, rather than just a single component. A prime example is the Chrysler N-Spen transmission, which has been widely criticized for its performance issues. Drivers report that the transmission frequently fails to shift properly, leading to jerky movements and hesitation when accelerating. In some cases, the transmission completely fails, often before the car even hits 40,000 miles. While Chrysler has issued multiple software updates in an attempt to fix these issues, many drivers continue to experience the same problems, leaving them with repair costs that can range from $5,000, 0 cents, to $7,000, 0 cents for a full transmission replacement. Despite these widespread issues, manufacturers have continued to sell vehicles that are prone to early failure, often without fully addressing the root causes of these problems. In some cases, dealerships are even aware of the issues, but choose not to disclose them to customers. For example, a recent report revealed that many Ford dealerships are aware of the repeated engine failures in the 2022 Ford Escape, yet they continue to sell the vehicles without fully informing potential buyers about the risks. Similarly, some Audi and Volkswagen dealerships have been criticized for failing to disclose the timing chain issues in their 2T engines, leaving consumers to deal with costly repairs when the timing chain fails and causes catastrophic engine damage. It's not just the low-budget vehicles that are affected by these issues. Luxury cars are often the worst offenders. Many high-end brands, including BMW, Audi, and Mercedes-Benz, have experienced a rise in costly, premature failures, often due to the same issues with turbocharged engines and complex transmission systems. The problem is particularly concerning in luxury vehicles because these cars are often marketed as being the epitome of reliability and performance. However, when these cars fail, the repair costs can be astronomical, often exceeding the value of the vehicle itself. In addition to these technical issues, another factor contributing to the rise in early car failures is the increasing pressure on manufacturers to cut costs and increase profits. As consumer demand for cheaper vehicles grows, manufacturers have been forced to use lower quality materials and reduce redundancies in safety features. For example, many modern vehicles now come with fewer safety redundancies, such as backup cooling systems and more durable components. These changes, while making vehicles cheaper to produce, have also made them more prone to catastrophic failures once they're on the road. The combination of complex, poorly designed systems, cost-cutting measures, and a lack of transparency from manufacturers has led to a situation where consumers are left paying the price. Even if a vehicle is covered by a warranty, once that warranty expires, owners are left with no recourse but to pay for expensive repairs. This has created a cycle where consumers are essentially trapped in a situation where they're paying for a vehicle that is designed to fail, forcing them to choose between expensive repairs or dealing with the financial fallout of a broken car. The unfortunate reality is that many of the vehicles that are most affected by these issues are the same cars that consumers are buying in droves. Popular models from well-known brands are filled with components that are designed to fail prematurely, and many consumers are unknowingly walking into these traps. Whether it's a Ford EcoBoost engine, a Chrysler N-Speed transmission, or an Audi 2T engine, these vehicles are a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. The question is, will you be the next victim of this engineered crisis, or will you make an informed decision before it's too late? The choice is yours.